and welcome to Flame Central, and welcome to the pre-fight press conference for UFC 149 here in Calgary. On behalf of the UFC, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Tom Wright. I'm the Director of Canadian Operations for the Ultimate Fighting Championship, and it's my privilege and honor to welcome everyone here today. First and foremost, I want to thank the City of Calgary for welcoming the UFC to its great city. Everybody knows Calgary is a world-class city, home of the Flames, the Calgary Stampeders, host of the 88 Calgary Olympics, and most recently the 100th Calgary Stampede. And the city has absolutely opened up its arms. I know that people here are pretty tired after 2 weeks of Stampede, but everyone here so far for Fight Week has been just amazing. And I want to thank the City of Calgary, ourselves, our fighters, and obviously our fans. Which leads me to the second thank you, which is to the media here today. The media has been tremendously supportive of us. I want a special shout out to Sportsnet. We're carrying this live on television so our fans can watch, and to the Fan 960 that are broadcasting this live here, so fans here in Calgary can also listen to this press conference. And lastly, thank you to our fans. Fans here in Calgary and across the country. Our fans are some of the most passionate, most knowledgeable and engaged fans you'll find anywhere in this planet. And this city has embraced the UFC, has embraced our fighters and our athletes, and has really shown what it's like to bring MMA to a great city like Calgary. So thank you to all of those groups. And really at this stage, there's nothing more for me to do but to introduce the guy you really want to hear and listen to, the president of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, Dana White. Dana?
What's up, guys? How are you? Good morning. I'm happy to be back here. Let's get this thing going. We'll open it up for the first question. Media, raise your hand, and we'll bring you the microphone.
After this fight, you want to fight Mark Munoz. And very curious, with that much attention on one fighter, how do you make sure that you're focused enough on the task you have at hand in tempos?
Like I said before, I don't want to make comments about anything else. I got to focus on my fight. Saturday night we can talk about other stuff. Yes, I do want to fight more about Munoz, but that's going to be after this fight.
I'm curious, Tim, if you heard that talk that he was kind of already looking at his next opponent, and how that makes you feel to think that he may potentially be looking past you.
I sure hope he is. He's going to get a big surprise on Saturday night.
Hector actually said that even if he wins this fight and you were to offer him a fight with Anderson Silva, he would turn that down.
He must not have Fuel TV, because Munoz lost the other night. So if he wins on Saturday, I don't think he'll be fighting Mark Munoz. He'll be fighting one of the guys that are at the top of that division. Not that Munoz isn't, but Munoz has a loss right now.
This question's for Uriah. Uriah, you've headlined a lot of events in the past in the WEC and whatnot. How is it different headlining a UFC event?
First, the initials, UFC, and other than that, I think the sport's grown just a little bit. It seems like every month the sport grows, and this is the largest stage, and so there's a little more press, and everything else is about the same. And I love it. It's been awesome coming over to the UFC, and WC was awesome as well.
And for Heyman, how have you found this week, main eventing your first pay-per-views? The pressure quite a bit more, do you find, as opposed to your other fights before?
Barao, acho que perguntando como é que foi essa semana, você vai estar no primeiro dia no pay-per-view, como é que tem sido isso para você?
A semana foi ótima, né? Graças a Deus, tá dando tudo certo e espero que seja o máximo aí. Estou preparado para dar o meu melhor.
The week has been great. I feel fine, I feel comfortable, and I'm ready for Saturday.
Trevor here from MMAH.com. Question for Dana, another guy you don't have up there, but Nick from Promise Ring. I guess he's a local hero here, and you guys did a nice thing by inviting the victims of the crime that he saved to the UFC. You guys seem to do little gestures like that a lot. Just explain to how that all came about and what it means to you to have one of your athletes, be spotlighted as a big hero.
Yeah, well, he is here. He's sitting right over here. And listen, what he did was awesome. I love hearing stories like that. Not too crazy about our guys running around being crime fighters all the time. But it's awesome. It's awesome that he stepped up and helped those people out. And I think by inviting the people here, it's not that big of a deal for us to do that. We're honored to have them, and honored to have a guy like Nick in the UFC.
Hi, Dana. Jose with Sun Media.
What's up,
How much I do?
Good.
Good. I was just curious, what fight on the card you're most excited to see?
I'm excited. Obviously, I'm excited for the two fights that really mean the most. Obviously, the main event. These guys are fighting for this title. I'm waiting for Dominic Cruz to get better, and then they're going to face off and see who the undisputed champion is. But if you look at Uriah Faber, this kid is a former world champion. He's had 5 title defenses. He's the only guy to ever beat current champ Dominic Cruz, and he has finished 21 of his 26 opponents. This kid over here, Barao, is on a 30-fight win streak, which is unheard of in mixed martial arts. 30-fight win streak. This kid's nasty. This is going to be obviously an exciting fight. And this isn't hype here today. I'm sitting out here trying to sell a fight or hype you guys. You guys know what I think of Yushin Okami. I've said it for years. He's one of the best 185-pounders in the world and has been for a long time. Bosch comes back and ends up beating Yushin Okami and puts him in a position to fight this gentleman over here, who's on a 25-fight win streak. People have been dying for this guy to get into the UFC. He's finally here. The 185-pound division has never been more exciting than it is right now. Every time you think there's not another contender for Anderson Silva, now there's like 4 or 5. So I'm excited.
So back to the question. Which one are you most excited about?
I'm a promoter in this thing. What do you think? I'm going to tell you I'm not excited for one of them? Of course I'm excited. But I'm just laying out the facts here and why I'm excited about these 2 fights.
Good. And if I can follow up with Uriah. Uriah, you've headlined shows in the past, a lot of them. H.E.A.T, you're coming into the UFC, not only for your first UFC fight, but headlining a UFC card. Uriah, do you think that experience and the additional pressure on him weighs in your favor?
I don't think so. I mean, you don't get a win streak like that without being mentally stable and strong. And I remember my first big opportunity, I was super excited and motivated, so I expect the same from him. I don't think there's going to be any excuses on either side for us when we do battle. It's going to be a war.
And how do you feel about that additional pressure, or is it additional pressure for you?
Você está sentindo alguma pressão adicional por essa luta?
Não, nenhuma. Tô tranquilo. Só vou mostrar o trabalho da melhor forma possível mais uma vez.
No, there's no pressure at all. I'm very calm, relaxed. I'm just here to show my work, my performance, and I'm ready to get for Saturday.
Dana, Dave Stanford from MMA Canada. You guys have had a lot of injuries on this card coming into it, and you still managed to stack it right back up. Was there ever any worry that you might have to call the card off?
No, this is the business we're in. This is what we do. We put on fights. The day that we can't put on more fights, we might as well pack up the tents and call it a day. This was definitely a card that was plagued with injuries, but the first time that I came here, when I was standing on this stage right here, I announced one fight. It was the Jose Aldo fight, and I said we would build a great card from there. All these guys got injured, all the craziness happened, and you guys just heard what I said about just the co-main and main event. We're delivering great fights. And one thing is, this is our first time ever in Calgary. And if I know a lot of people in this town have watched UFC on TV, and you have never seen it live. Let me tell you what. The one thing about the UFC, everywhere we go, we put on fights. That's what we do for a living. That's our business. And we're bringing fights to Calgary. And if you've never been to the UFC live, believe me when I tell you, it is nothing like what you see on television. We're going to blow you away. These fighters always deliver. This guy's never been in a boring fight. This guy's never been in a boring fight. I don't know if you saw his last fight. All this guy does is move forward. Chet Congo fights. This guy's getting a chance to take Chet Congo out. We're gonna blow the doors off this place on Saturday night.
Hi, Ryan Puck, Top Talk MMA. For all the change to the card and all the criticism online, there hasn't really been a lot of movement in the secondary ticket market, meaning that most people who bought their tickets initially are holding on to an anticipation.
And you should. You've never been to the UFC live. When do we not deliver when we're here live? Believe me, the media knows they've been there, and some of you have traveled to Vegas or whatever it is. When you go to the UFC live, this place is going to be crazy on Saturday. You shouldn't get rid of your tickets. And the only one that's bitching online are the scalpers. Guess what? You're in the business where you buy tickets and you try to sell them for more money. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You lose this time.
This month, this card has sort of been in the shadow of the Silk Sonic fight early in the
Every
month.
fight this year was the biggest fight we've ever done. We broke every record in UFC history. We've been putting on fights for 11 years. Every card's going to live in the shadow of that one until one card beats it.
It's kind of hard being as a promoter and as someone really.
Do I feel disheartened? Do I look disheartened right now?
So I take it you're excited that they haven't, that fans that were maybe a little bit hesitant to sort of hold on to their tickets are still excited to show, given the lack of movement in secondary ticket markets and the crowds we've seen at events such as the Open Workouts show.
Yeah, what, was there bad crowds over there?
They're good crowds.
Oh, there you go. What are you asking me? What's the question? I'm excited to be here. I've been waiting to come to Calgary forever, and I'm here. What are you asking me?
You answered my question already.
Did I? Perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
Question for Uriah over here. Can you take us into the mind of an athlete who is preparing for a date? You're preparing for July 7th, and especially an athlete like an MMA fighter who has to cut weight and you're trying to peak at the right time, and then they say you're fighting 2 weeks later. What do you have to do to make sure that you don't peak too early?
You get to eat a little bit more for a week or so, but it's not a big deal really. I've been competing for a long time. In Division I wrestling, we're competing for 6 months out of the year, a couple times a week. Changes, injuries, you push through all that kind of stuff. I don't have anything to complain about. If anything, being home for the extra time was awesome. There's things that are irritating about all the changes and everything, but preparation is not one of them. And I'm ready to scrap, and I'll take the extra 2 weeks and just make the most of it.
And there was a lot of talk. There was really, Mayday McDonald, and then even Mitch Barr's name was brought up. Mike Easton, do you think the UFC made the right call as far as who the guy should fight you next? Who that guy should be?
Yeah, I think definitely. Barao is from one of the best camps in the world, especially for the lightweights, and he's on an incredible win streak, and he's a guy that goes out there and tries to finish. So, the reason people are going to be tuning in is to find out if he's better than I am. I don't think that he is, and he thinks that he's better than I am, and we're going to beat the crap out of each other to find out. And I plan on winning.
Okay, just
one thing, I don't know if people know this, but when I lied to Uriah during the season of The Ultimate Fighter,
The new car I got was the money the Ultimate Fighter made up for him.
So he actually asked for Henry Barao. When the thing went down first, he said, "I hope it's Henry Barao," and I said, "No, it's not Henry Barao."
Yeah, he tried to tell me that Barao would not leave Jose Aldo's side, and he would put his chance for the title on the side because Jose Aldo was training. But Jose Aldo was actually in California at the time, not in Brazil. So,
is that true? Did you say that?
Estão falando daquela pressão que teve. Quem é seu substituto do Dominic Cruz? E você deu uma declaração que você não ia ficar longe do Zé Aldo, por isso você não podia lutar com ele. Você falou isso mesmo?
Eu cheguei a falar isso, né? Mas aquilo ali foi só conversa mesmo. O importante é que eu estou aqui hoje.
Yes, I actually mentioned that I will not leave Jose Aldo for his fight, but no, that's just talking. I'm here today with a wrestling fight.
And just one for Sean. Obviously, this is a new experience for you, right? You fought in one UFC card in Australia. You weren't even on the TV portion of the card. Now here you are on the main card of the pay-per-view. What is this like for you, being up here on the stage and just taking in what the pay-per-view experience is all about?
You know what? It's a huge opportunity. It's really exciting for me right now. There's a lot of stuff going on. But I'm excited about the opportunity I was given. You get to compete with one of top heavyweights for the last 6-7 years. So it's good for me to come in and be able to show that I belong in the UFC and the heavyweight division.
This is just kind of a follow-up to Ariel's questions to Sean. Czech's a very well-known name in the UFC. He's been here for a long time. Where does a win over him put you in the heavyweight division?
It gives me the opportunity to fight again. That's where it is.
It's big. Like Arrow just asked him, he's up here. It's what you do with opportunities that you're given. Like I said, Bosch in his last fight came back and beat Yushin Okami, one of the best 185 pounders in the world for a long time. And look at the position that it's put him in right now. He's going up against Hector Lombard in this smoking hot 185 pound division right now. And Czech Congo's a big name in the heavyweight division. He knocks him off on Saturday night. It's a huge win for him.
Hey Darren, Brian Ebersol. Brian Ebersol. This can't be good. I'm not here to start trouble today.
He has the unstoppable low single in wrestling. Everybody knows it's coming and you can't stop it. Jose Aldo's kind of like that with the leg kicks. So I imagine Barao has...
Very respectful, but he says while your win streak is impressive, he would have beat all of those guys as well. Do you agree with that statement? And is he the best fighter that you've fought to this point?
Querido, Faber falou que sua sequência de vitórias é impressionante, mas ele também venceria todos os turnos oponentes. O que você acha disso e o que você espera para sábado?
Acho que quem tem boca fala o que quer e eu estou preparado para sábado e vai ter que mostrar que vai me vencer também, como vencer todos os meus oponentes, vai me vencer também sábado. É isso.
He said no. If Faber has a mouth, he can speak whatever he wants. He's ready for the fight. He's well prepared, well trained. Let's see Saturday who's the best fighter.
It's Karen. I have a question for Dana. You said you've been trying to get to Calgary for years. I'm just curious, how long of a process is it for you when you determine a location you have your eyes on and how long it takes till you can actually bring that to fruition? And why specifically did you want Calgary?
It depends. Well, obviously this is a great sports town, as many of the cities in Canada, but all the factors, it depends. Venue and what times and everything else. Like Indy, we were going to Indy a few days ago. We had to change the day. And things happen. Things happen. It took us a while to get to Calgary, but here we are.
And specifically, what was it about Hector Lombard? Obviously, we know he's a champ. But what did you see in him that made you really pursue him, whereas you have some middleweights and strikers that aren't crossing over yet?
Well, the guy's on a 25-fight win streak. And he moves forward. He's an exciting fighter, and people love him. I mean, not just in the United States and other places, but when I go to Australia, man, guy is big in Australia. That's all they talk about down there. Again, I was just there for 3 days. All I had to hear about was Hector Lombard for 3 days. I mean, that's all they do is terrorize me about Hector Lombard.
And lastly, for Czech, I was just curious, neither you nor Sean are from here. I was just curious if there was any sort of crossover French-Canadian fan base that's making you feel more welcome here.
For me, that's a huge honor to be here. I used to train a lot here in Canada, visiting Vancouver, Toronto, and be a part in Calgary here. It's awesome. That's a very good city. People here are really nice to me, so that's pretty good. And also, just to make the crowd really bigger, that's a good thing.
Bonjour, Katie Gagnon pour UFC.com. Ma question s'adresse à Chief Congo. Monsieur Congo, je voulais savoir, lors des duels entre puissants cognards, on a souvent droit à des combats qui sont riches en rebondissements. On l'a vu d'ailleurs lors de votre combat contre Pat Berry. Je crois que vous avez encore trouvé chaussure à votre pied avec Sean Jordan. À quoi exactement on est en droit de s'attendre lors de ce combat?
Before he answers, could you tell us what you said?
Yeah, I was just saying that fight between strikers are often pretty interesting. We've seen Congo during the Faber fight, I think all his French fans were scary about what was going to happen. I asked this time, I said he has another striker open, and I was just asking him what we would be expecting from this fight.
Okay, go ahead and answer in French, and then you can tell us in English what you said.
Ora, Mongola, Brazil, Novice, to push me to PC, parce que si, ça fait ça. Je pense que tous les combats que j'ai pu faire jusqu'à maintenant étaient riches en rebondissements, du moins, et surtout celui avec Bagmari, parce que il m'a surpris, j'avais encore d'autres choses à prouver, et c'est vrai que je n'ai pas envie de baisser les bras. Donc c'est ce qui m'a permis d'avancer. Là maintenant avec Team Pledge, so, avec Sean Jordan, ça va être un très très beau combat, très agressif. Je ne veux pas lui donner l'avantage justement d'arriver et de cumuler une victoire de plus sur la tête. Et je ferai tout ce qui est possible pour gagner. So in English, so I will do my best as I used to do usually. I'm not the kind of guy who want to sell his skin or sell his person just to say, okay, I used to try. I don't give him. So if it's really for the bout, I'm ready to. And I train really hard for this one. I get prepared with the nice guys. They beat me up all the time, and honestly, I hate that. So hopefully he got guts to face me and do his thing. But Saturday night is gonna be war. I won all the time, and I can give up again.
Another question for Dana. A few months ago, there had been a press conference in Paris concerning the work the UFC is doing over there to get the MMA sanction. So for all Mr. Congo fans, is there any development with MMA sanctioning in France?
Yeah, we're still working on it. It's one of the places that we're very, very adamant to open up, and we know that there's a huge fan base there. It does very well on television, and the answer is yes, we're still working on it, and we will get it done. We will get it done. Thank you.
Question for Czech. Bonjour, comment ça va? It's all French, I know, man, sorry. A lot of people still calling you, or with all due respect, okay? A lot of people are calling you sort of a gatekeeper to the heavyweight division now. Do you see it that way? Are you just a guy that's going to go and you're just going to keep trying to win fights and try to get, another, maybe a shot one day at a title?
All right, you know what? So the question is pretty weird because just the fact to call me gatekeeper make me remind me some activity in France that people like me used to do. Okay, I'm not wearing suit when I'm fighting. Okay, I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm just a fighter who tries his best to reach his goal and top, of course. And it's not for you, but just for everybody, just to make sure that everybody can understand. I try my best. Sometimes I make mistake. I got too much ego to pull out the fight at the right moment, but I was so proud to say yes. All right. So now I'm arrived at the time when I used to do the right thing and deal with the right things. So fortunately, I got enough strength to do it, but it's not because I'm black, I'm supposed to be a gatekeeper, all right? So I will do my best. I have a dream, like everyone, and I'm gonna get it.
Okay, with that said, and it's very well said, just a question for you and Dana then. Have you ever thought maybe, and maybe you guys have spoken about it, that maybe if the heavyweight division, because guys are getting bigger, that maybe you would go down to 205?
Yeah, that's a good idea, but right now I'm not focused on that. I love food and
Yeah.
And you mentioned that the winner of the main event is going to fight Dominic Cruz to unify the titles. Do you have a timetable on Dominic's return? And if it's still a while, would you maybe like to see the winner of this fight again and defend the interim belt?
I don't. You never know with the type of knee surgery how long it's going to take, like with George St. Pierre and other guys who've had that surgery. But we'll see. I mean, yeah, I'm always open to guys defending it. These guys want to keep fighting and defend it until Dominic comes back. Absolutely.
Dana, it seemed like Anderson, when he beat H.E.A.T a while back, had cleaned up the division, and then within 2-3 days, all of a sudden names like Tatum, Hector, Brian Stan, Michael Bispinger mentioned. How are you
Weidman.
Yeah, Weidman as well. How are you going to sort that out? Who's going to get the next crack?
Oh, we got plans, my friend. It's all I've been talking about for 4 days, believe me. Been on the phone with me and Joe Silva putting together some really good fights. And as long as everybody stays healthy, believe me. And you know how normally, like after a fight on Saturday, you guys are like, who's he going to fight next? I'm like, I have no idea who's going to. I have answers for you on Saturday. So we'll see who wins, and I'll have a lot of answers for the 85-pound division. I'm excited, man. Seriously, the 85-pound division has never been more exciting. There's a ton of great guys now, tons of great fights to make, and it's going to be fun. This next 6-7 months is going to be a really fun time for the 85-pound division. So I'm pumped. So I will have answers on Saturday.
You guys are getting ready to kick off the Ultimate Fighter UK versus Australia.
We already did. I just got back. We filmed episode 1 on Monday.
Awesome. When are we going to see Canada in the Ultimate Fighter?
Working on that too. You know, it's funny because I thought Canada would be first before any of the other countries, but it just didn't get done as quickly here as it did in a couple of these other places. And but it's coming. It's coming. We're working on it. Terrorize Tom Wright about that one. Start really giving it to him about tough Canada. That it? Media done with us? Oh, my man, what's that?
Explique como você chegou a esse ponto de fama.
How became so famous? How became so famous?
How did I become famous?
Yes.
My man, I am far from famous. Far from famous. How old are you?
Quantos você tem? 9.
Where are you from? You Brazilian? Yeah? Who do you like on the fight Saturday night? Who's going to win? Henna Barao or Uriah Faber?
What's Barao?
He said what? Barao? Uh-oh. We got to predict all these high behind the seat now. Watch out, man. Uriah's in your weight class. Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
You mentioned that UFC 148 set records. Can you characterize the record that it set for pay-per-view numbers?
Yeah, well, I was exaggerating a little. It broke every record except the pay-per-view record, which I thought it was going to do. You're that close.
Well over 1 million pay-per-views then?
We did very well. The pay-per-views didn't suck.
And what's the latest on George St. Pierre? Is he definitely going to fight in that November fight in Montreal?
Yep, as far as I know, right here, right now, he's going to fight, yes. Unless any complications happen, he's good to go. Any other questions from the media? My man, troublemaker right here with the glasses. Give him, there you go.
I got a question for Uriah. Obviously, you were originally slated to fight a few weeks ago in Las Vegas in your backyard. How much has the venue change and the date change impacted your camp, or was it really enough in the process that you didn't really even have to make any adjustments?
I was early enough to where it doesn't really bother me, but it just, there's been so much turmoil with this camp from like living in Vegas and coaching the show and following the opponent and stuff like that. So, deal with that. It's just another thing you don't want to happen, but whatever. If this were the real world and I was going to fight this guy, he pissed me off and I pissed him off on the street, I wouldn't be worrying about anything else, and that's how we're going to approach this. It's a fight, period.
Again, it's a testament to these guys in their sport. When things fall apart and we have to make some moves and everything else, these guys have no problem. Whereas boxing would have to cancel an event, Our guys are dynamite. Not only do they adapt and move their camps and do everything that they need to do, but they deliver every time they get in there, and they will deliver on Saturday night. Love it. What's up?
Yeah, Dana, so you said that you got it all figured out following the 185ers fight.
Right.
Is it safe to assume that whoever wins gets Weidman?
As long as everybody stays healthy, I got it figured out. It's not Saturday yet. You're asking me questions that I said I would answer on Saturday. Give you guys an inch. Saturday. Saturday.
Fair enough. And Hector, if I could ask you a question. You're obviously very well known in the MMA community, but maybe not well known to UFC fans. You could just speak about your opportunity to sort of showcase yourself to a whole new audience.
Yes, of course. I feel that after Saturday night, you guys gonna see what I'm all about, and I'm really looking forward to Saturday night to perform and show you guys what I can do in the cage.
All right, we're going to take it out and ask a couple of fan questions. Real quick, this guy is really excited to ask a question right here. Nobody deserves to ask a question more than this guy right here. All right, listen to me. Here's the rules. Don't ask me anything crazy about where you can sit or all that stuff. Keep it to the fight. All right, man.
How are you, by the way?
I'm great, man. How you doing?
I'm getting like a slow girl right now.
I can tell.
I just want to say first, UFC 146 was on my birthday, so I want to thank you because that card kicked ass.
Thank you.
And I also agree with you about Floyd Mayweather. He's going to man up and finally fight Manny Pacquiao.
Okay.
Uriah, when they first announced they were coming to Calgary, I was really hoping you were going to come here and fight Dominic Cruz and want you to see to take the title. So I'm really stoked for you here. And best of luck to all you guys. But the one question I wanted to ask you was, UFC #1, Denver, Colorado, 1,200 people, and UFC 129 to 56,000 people. You've gone to Brazil, Japan, all over the world. What's next for you guys?
Well, we're going to China in November, and then we're working on India. And like the gentleman who asked me before about the Ultimate Fighter Canada, we're opening the Ultimate Fighter in probably 4 countries in the next year. So there's a lot going on. It's very exciting. Everything's still booming, and it's all good. Thanks for your support, your enthusiasm, and your questions.
Well, thank you.
All right, brother. Go ahead, my man.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Great to see you again.
You too.
You're standing here, actually right over here.
Yeah, I was on that side, yeah.
A couple of months ago. You said you'd bring Calgary back next year too. Has that changed at all, or are you coming back here next year?
We're coming back to Calgary again. Yes, we are.
Right here.
Go ahead, buddy.
First off, thanks for coming to Calgary.
Thank you.
Happy to have you here. Actually, my question's for Brian Ebersol, wherever he was there.
Yeah.
Just curious if the Harrow is coming back on Saturday.
I think he left.
Oh, no.
He just came here to get rid of his tickets, apparently.
All right, well, there you go.
And let me answer that question. I certainly hope it's not.
You got it out, big fan?
Oh, yeah, he's already shaved it, apparently, all right? So you're in for a real treat on Saturday. Go ahead. Who's got the next question? Go ahead, big guy. What's
Hey,
up?
thanks a lot, you guys, for coming. And have you considered a cruiserweight division? Up to like 230, 235, or something like that?
We have not. We have not considered that. A lot of people ask me about adding another division. If we do add another division anytime soon, it's going to be a lighter one.
Like 150?
Yep.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you.
All right, buddy.
Go ahead. You're the man, love UFC. I
Thank
got
you.
money on Faber, Lombard, and Congo. So I'm liking that left side there. Quick question, why is Nick Ring not on the main card?
Nick Ring is not on the main card. No, you have to ask Joe Silva that. You pissed? You upset? You want him on the main card? All right, well, maybe we can move some things around to accommodate you. I'll say that.
I have a question for Chet.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
What's your name?
Ashley.
Hi, Ashley. How old are you?
9.
You're 9? All right, what do you got for me?
I have a question for Chet.
Oh, okay.
If there's a fight in France, who would you fight? And can I stay with you?
Jack's got a girlfriend.
I will bring you everywhere I go. No doubt.
I love you.
You crushed the big man, sweetie. Good job. Who's next? My man, what's up?
Hey, question for Dana White, for you actually.
Yeah, okay.
As for the next UFC, not to take the spotlight on the fighters that are here, but for our local fighters, I'm actually a co-owner of A Weapons Fitness and MMA, and we have a lot of soldiers that are here in Calgary, and it would be interesting to have, for your next card, to have a lot of local fighters up on the stage there. If it's possible.
You mean fighting?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have tons of Canadians fighting on the card. You mean actual local guys?
Yeah, local guys, the hidden talent guys that you don't really hear, like just with the other promotions and stuff like that.
They'd have to make their way to the UFC first, you know what I mean?
It's hard.
You're throwing a soldier thing at me so I can get your buddies on the card.
You got Australia, you have England, you know what I mean? Calgary, well, Canada in general, we're like US neighbors, right?
Yeah.
We should have a lot, I'm pretty sure we have a lot more soldiers like GSP, Nick Ring, a couple others that are in Calgary that you don't really hear about, right?
You are a hell of a lobbyist, my friend. They're going to have to work their way into the UFC, make it into a prelim. Start calling Joe Silva.
Yeah, try to Twitter me.
You Twitter me? No, Joe Silva, you got to get a hold of him. Talk to Mr. Invisible, man. You won't ever want to be in the UFC. I put you on the phone with him. I will hook you up with Joe Silva's number.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you, done. Where's them? Can you make sure that guy comes to see me? See this guy? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. He's shot. There he is.
All right, we're going to Silva. You're the man.
All right, so we'll hook up with him, and I'll get you Joe Silva's number.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, man.
A pergunta do Renan Barao, estou aqui na frente, I'm here. Barao, depois de tantas lutas que você tem no seu card, tem alguma sensação que você sente agora por estar disputando o cinturão?
Barao, after so many fights you have in your card, how do you feel? How are you feeling having a chance to fight for the belt?
Felicidade muito grande, né? Venho trabalhando há vários anos aí, trabalhando duro, treinando forte, para poder mostrar meu trabalho e o máximo possível, meu trabalho ser reconhecido. E eu estou muito feliz aí de estar tendo essa oportunidade de poder disputar esse cinturão.
I'm very happy and excited with this opportunity. I've been working very hard for such a long time, and now once again I'm very happy and grateful for this opportunity, and I'll make the most of it.
Awesome. All right, so here's what we're going to do. First of all, I want to thank all the media, and thank you, Calgary. We appreciate you very much. We'll get these guys up in front of the stage, and we're going to square off for photo ops. See you guys at the weigh-in.
Yo.
Buddy, get out of the way. Yeah.